Oh, would you look at that? PTR update, huh? We were waiting for that on Monday, and we couldn't get it, unfortunately, because they were cooking stuff up for Wednesday. Let's go, everybody. I'm very, very curious. You in the chat are already reporting stuff. I haven't paid attention just yet. So, let's see what this is about. I'm not looking at chat until I have seen what's up. So, a little bit of a history about this patch. It hit us 2 weeks ago, and quite drastic changes to like quality of life, performance, stuff like that. Also, very deep changes to like attack type and armor type interaction when it comes to piercing and heavy armor. The Panda has received a huge buff, a little bit of love for the Dark Ranger again, and a little bit of love for the Tinker as well. And also for the first time, editor updates. So this was so far the gist of the update. So today, version 3. This is not live yet. This is on PTR. This is the test server. Let's see what it's all about. Improved performance for reforged VFX. Nice! Improved performance for rendering terrain. Nice! I mentioned this in a video a couple of times before. Performance in reforged.
Happy new month, new PTR.
Let's go, Warlo. Performance in Warcraft 3 was pretty damn bad. So whatever they do, if it works, it's really great. Based on feedback, we've lowered the brightness of units in classic HD graphics. Oh, snap. This is something that I said many, many, many times. The team is aware that portraits still appear overexposed and are working towards a solution. Nice. Once again, same as last time. I like this a lot. Show that you're aware of a problem. Show that you're working on it. Show progress. And let us know that this is not the final version. Awesome. World editor is once again something that I don't really know about. So I don't know. Fixed an issue with summoned units windows displaying incorrectly. Fixed an issue with variable window column not saving after closing the window. Added a new Animate Dead ability code to preserve the old Animate Dead functionality. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't the new Animate Dead be this new ability? And everything else before is using the old one? I don't know. Stuff for the modders. Hotkeys. Added Entangled Goldmine to the Night Elf building. Nice. This was something that Soul 8man said. There was no hotkey for Unload Goldmine. Fixed control group and menu commands not working with mouse buttons. Nice. This was an issue before. Enabled Fog of War and AutoCam hotkeys to regular observer mode. Previously, they were only enabled in advanced. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Oh, hotkeys. Oh, sorry, I got too excited. I thought that's a feature that we see like player's perspective. But, man, I haven't used regular observer mode for such a long time. I didn't even bother to test it. Fixed side mouse buttons for camera control. Fixed side mouse buttons for camera control. Okay. Didn't know that this was an issue, I think. Fixed side mouse buttons not being able to be bound while watching a replay. Okay. Removed alien enemy health bar keybinds. The team has decided to remove the keybind while we're working finding a solution. Okay. Multiplayer fixed an issue with placement matches displaying incorrectly. Ooh, that's been in the game for a long time. Wait. No way. Added a Makrura Snapper portrait? This thing right here? We got a Makrura? Is that Blizzard saying thank you, Soul? how freaking wholesome is that? I love this. I love this. He deserves it so much. He put so much work into QA for these patches. Not only this one, but the one before, and the one before, and the one before. How many hours did we test hotkeys together? He comes up with Excel lists, like... And now they say, thank you, Soul. Man, that was awesome. This is something that, like, a little nod to the community. This was something users said prior to Reforged, like, wouldn't it be amazing if they call the Ogre, Magi, Neo, and Remo? Because it's 2 heads, right? Whatever. Never worked. We don't want to be that anyway. Or when unfortunately Hot died, some people suggested that one name could be a tip of the head towards Hot since he was playing Firelord the entire time. And now this is Soul's Makrura Snapper portrait. I'm incredibly pleased. This is probably the closest a Blizzard team has been to the community for Warcraft 3 in a long time. Maybe I'm reading into this too much, but hey, this is goddamn good. Chat says, is it not PlaySide who maintains Warcraft nowadays? That's not the case for a long time. Wow, super happy about this. General, fixed an issue where orbs were not working properly on ranged units. Okay. Now, guys, balance. Balance. Interesting stuff. Huntress movement speed increased from 340 to 350. I probably have to check other movement speeds if that's a big difference. Archer health increased by 20. And Moonglaive upgrade time decreased by 10. So this is clearly an answer to piercing damage getting weaker to heavy. $20 HP. There's one more hit. Roundabout. Don't know if there's any breakpoints. We'll see about that. Moonglaive upgrade time. 60 seconds seemed excessive. Especially with nerfs to heavy armor. This seems to be going in tandem. Not sure about the movement speed. I'm always careful about movement speed, so I don't know. Units resurrected by Animate Dead will now properly have any passive abilities they had when killed. Alright, so a Kodo would have the proper upgrade. The team is aware of an issue where the new Animate Dead does not inherit upgrades like in the previous patch. This will be fixed for the live patch. What kind of upgrades is that? We'll see, we'll test. Panda. Brewmaster initial area of effect increased from 25 to 60. More than double. Panda and Brewmaster final area of effect boosted by 50. And movement speed reverted. Alright. Oh, we gotta test the Breath of Fire, huh? We gotta test the Breath of Fire. They keep the piercing damage heavy armor interaction. Okay. First and foremost, I want to see performance. Because they said they increased performance, and I... Oh, Soul wasn't live for this? We have no live reaction from Soul? Oh, man. That's so sad. All right, everybody, it's time. So I said this before, they changed quite a bit when it comes to the classic HD graphics that you get with the Reforged toggle. But you add stuff like this. So let's test. I had the biggest issue with Orc. Let's see. My FPS broke to like 50 to 60 from like 200. Okay, so it's still fluctuating a bit.
Be happy to, yes.
Looking fine. Ah, dropped a bit.
Work. Okie dokie. I can do that.
Dropped a bit when a new building is starting, right? But not to 50 or 60 anymore.
Work complete. I obey the six of vengeance. My life. What you want? Yes, Lord. Huh? Dabu.
I feel like the brightness has been noticeable, right?
I can do that.
Especially buildings like barracks look amazing. Still dropping minimally.
I am yours. Excellent choice.
So if we check here, oh, it drops here as well a tiny bit. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, outside of base it seems stable.
I am yours.
It's definitely an improvement towards the previous PTR. By a lot.
Yes, Lord.
170 more than stable, like more or less. 150 drop. Little drop to 70.
Yes, Lord. I will hear and obey.
Look at the FPS when you mirror image. Normal, I'd say. So base. See, there was one drop to 60.
Yes.
But I had this all the time last time. Definitely better. Definitely better.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's perfect. I would also say it's not yet nitpick area because it is very annoying. If that happens, and it should be like the goal should be super smooth, right? And it's not super smooth.
Research complete.
But it's an improvement.
Research complete.
Let's see some more units to see if whose otherwise opponent comes in a second.
What you want me go? What do you want?
Don't want the opponent to ruin my stuff.
Who you want me to kill? Complete. Build
Oh, lol.
What do you want? Control, yeah. Can't build there. I can do that. Work complete. Work complete. Ready to ride.
I don't think they have. Okay, it's nighttime. I don't think they have these super bright things anymore.
Work complete.
Like these tusks. Nah, not really.
Work complete. Need something. Gosh.
Like it's fine. Man, I love the shadows so much. Is there a way to... seems to jump a lot FPS wise? Yeah, but still better. Is there a way to forward the clock? Do we have bloom turned off? Or maybe... Oh yeah. I do.
I hear the summons.
Oh...
Yes, chieftain.
Yeah, we kind of have to test it again with bloom, huh?
Something you're doing? Be happy to.
The bloom settings are surely heavy.
I can do that. Work complete.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. I think I also had the reforged terrain on last time. But let's test it
Something
like
you're
this.
doing? Yes. Work. What do you want? Ready to work. Work complete.
It drops to 90,
Okie dokie.
not to 60 or lower.
I am yours.
80 during the animation.
Yes. Work complete. Yes, Lord. My life for the whore, Master. Oh,
Yeah, I'd say... Oh, 70.
excellent choice.
Right. Like here, it's perfect, right? There's nothing here and nothing to look at.
Oh, are you hero and obey?
Sometimes stuff
Are you hero
has to be
and obey?
loaded into a cache or something, I heard. And so it could be better if I load it the next time. But I loaded
Are you
already.
hero and obey?
Yeah, okay. I should do this with Reforged Terrain one more time. This is still in. When the match results come, this is laggy as well. This has been since the first PTR, unfortunately. Okay, this is then the same settings I had before. Okay.
What do you want? Something you're doing? Work.
Oi.
Work complete.
Still not
Yes,
great.
complete.
Still dropping to 50 and
Work
60.
complete. I obey the seat of vengeance. What task is there? Yes! Yes, Lord. Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey?
Yeah. Still rather low in the base. Around 80. Like it's probably average 77. This is in base. And now let's go out of the base. 180.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
That can't be. That's not normal. There's still an issue. There's still an issue. If you build the hall while it's not in the view, like shift command build and scroll away, does it lag? Let's see.
Okie dokie. Oh.
160,
Yes.
150.
Are you hero and obey? Hey.
It dropped
Excellent
once.
choice. Are you
What,
hero and
it dropped
obey?
once to 70. But it's not like it's if you're in the
Work
base,
complete.
it drops. Frenchie wins, thank you. Yeah, still the case. Bases still lag. Let's see if it's the same thing somewhere else. Let's imagine, like, it could be a Lost Temple thing.
Yes. What do you want? Work complete. Something you're doing? Work complete.
This is normal.
I can do that.
This is rather normal.
Work complete.
Like a few
What do you
spikes
want? Work
here and
work
there, but better than LT.
Upgrade complete.
Is Lost Temple too much for my PC? Is it too legendary?
Research complete.
The future and destiny awaits. My eyes are open.
Yeah, Lost Temple seems to have way bigger issues.
Watch out.
I'm at 110-ish.
I can do that.
30. We don't have this drop to 70, really? Ah, that's funny.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah, Lost Temple does have an issue that Echo Isles doesn't have.
You need my counsel.
That's right. Good call, Skim.
Destiny awaits.
That's weird. FPS dropped to like 70 just a second before. Yeah, if it just drops like once, it's not the end of the world. Lost Temple is like you look in the base and you got half the FPS. That's different. Like if it drops once, it's annoying and should be fixed, but it's not a gigantic problem. That's just a problem. See, here as well. Here as well. I'm at 80.
What do you want? Something need doing?
See, it happens here as well. I dropped to 50.
Work complete. Work
Is it a different tile set?
Yes. Huh?
See, they see, dropping to 60. 60 again. Maybe it's this tile set? I don't know if Secret Valley and Lost Temple have the same.
My obey the seats of vengeance. What task is there? Hey. Yes.
What happens in the fog? I got not as high FPS as usual. Like on Lost Temple in the fog, I have 180. Okay, I don't want to waste too much more time on this, to be honest. Let's just conclude that it's still not fixed. Try to build something? Well,
yes.
Build something the entire time, no?
Okie dokie.
When you start building something, it drops to 70.
What do you want? Complete. I can do that. Work.
When you start building something, it drops to 60.
Work complete.
Drops to 60 again. Drops
Work
to 60
complete.
during construction.
Work complete.
Now it's finished. Now it didn't drop. Drops to 60 at the start of the construction as well. Yeah, it's definitely building related. It's definitely also building related. Alright, Blizzard. Unfortunately, not fixed. Okay, one last test if I have this on ice maps. I don't know any tile stuff about Secret Valley and Lost Temple, but ice maps are clearly different, right? $120.
Something need doing? Be happy to. Something need doing? Okie ready to work. Work complete.
Here it's fine. Here it's fine. When I start a building, it doesn't drop.
Work complete.
See, 150.
Work complete.
140, 150. Dropped a little bit, but not nearly as much.
Work complete.
160, 170. Stays stable.
Work complete. My life for the Horde.
It's surely tile set related.
Seats of vengeance.
Tile set and buildings, man.
Work complete.
Ha!
I am yours.
This is odd. Yeah, good luck figuring this out, bro. I don't envy the team. Yeah, and the spiking in general is just annoying. I can surely imagine losing commands because of it. But yeah. Man. This can't be easy to test, especially when like there's a million different CPU compositions. Right? So where's the Makrura? I want to see the Makrura. Ha! Oh, thanks for testing the PTR. Almost brings a little tear to my eyes, guys. Makrura's in the chat. Makrura's everywhere. Makrura's everywhere. Fucking sick, man. Effing sick. That's so great. Can't remember when this ever happened. Great. I love it. I love it. That makes such a difference, man. It makes a difference to like a handful of people. But for these dedicated people, it makes the world's difference. Love this. I love everything about it. And this is amazing. This is one of the best things. Like, aside from the technical part and that we get these patches, because that's the best thing. That's the best thing that. The best thing they did, for sure. So cool. All right, Panda, huh? Panda. Where did I put these maps? So wholesome. So, are you guys aware what the problem with the panda is? Or should we bring you all to speed? Because there is an issue with the panda that's so brilliantly displayed on his YouTube. So let me fire up my OperaGX browser that is sponsoring us this month. Segway. New PTR Panda Breath.
Blizzard in the new Warcraft 3 PTR is reworking Panda and Brewmaster Panda. According to Blizzard, the goal is Panda Breath of Fire animation doesn't match area of effect. This is how Breath of Fire animation looks like. And in order to test it, I prepared those footies that are going to be our test subjects. And what I did, guys, I removed the maximum damage cap. So in reality, Panda can't damage like a lot of units. Okay, let's test what Panda can do to those footies. I'm going to get very close and use Breath of Fire. And as you can see, the
so
area of
big.
effect is crazy. So the...
Let's be honest. Looking at this, guys, let's be honest. Should Breath of Fire have this range? I think no. I'm not signed in, brother. I'm not signed in. Of course I liked it.
Health bars on damaged units are shown here, and yes, Panda looks like a dragon on the live server. One more test. I'm going to be very close. Breath of Fire. I'm pulling back a little bit. Now we are on the PTR, and yes, the area of effect, like the range of Breath of Fire is much shorter, but initial damage is much higher. So let's see. And look at this. This is like a very, very, very small range. Of course, Panda hits harder, and it looks a little bit like Shockwave. When people talk about this, like say, this is a laser Panda, this is a Shockwave Panda, the difference is massive. But in real games, it means that Panda player needs to be much closer to the units that he wants to start Breath of Firing, because it's like easy to miss. Panda is more like Tower and Chieftain with Shockwave, and I played versus Computer Insane to play on a PTR to test the Panda a little bit, and look what happened. I went to the Computer Insane base and I wanted to use Breath of Fire on those peons, and look what happened. There are 4 peons here and I missed 3 of them. Can you see this? I attack altar, one of the peons, another escape. Let's check this in slow motion. I'm getting close to the burrow. I'm trying to target the peons, and look at this, they're all close together and animation reaches them all, but I'm missing. I connected with only one, and I'm so shocked about this. Mamma mia, it's so easy to miss with Panda. So yes, guys, what do you think? Here you can see that those peons are under Breath of Fire animation. Maybe the angles are a little bit weird, but I was able to connect to only one and to the altar. So let me know in the comments, do you like this weird work? In my
Okay, here's the short. Check it out, give it a like. So let's test the Panda then. There we go. Okay.
Fresh, cool ale here. Another round?
There we go. I don't know how to properly do this like Mr. Apeman does. So it's gonna be a little different. We just want the range, right? So we get a bunch of people.
Stand and deliver. Stand and deliver. Stand and deliver.
So this should give us an idea.
You seem a little parched. I'll give it a shot. Have one on the
Okay, we have a damage cap here now. So we have a damage cap now. But the angle is surely wider.
Is trouble brewing?
I don't think I hate this.
Put
I
it
should
on your tab.
make a screenshot or something.
Oh, gladly.
I still got this fantasy
Name your poison.
that
You seem a little parched.
the area is now lower,
Oh, gladly.
but you have more burst, and I
I'll
don't
give it a
really feel this.
Have one on the house. I'll put it
I don't feel
on
the
your tab.
burst of a panda, really.
I'll put it on your tab. I'll give it a shot.
Now they're not that clumped up anymore, but hey,
Oh,
let's try this.
gladly. Have one on the house. Have one
It's gonna be a lot easier to hit. I feel like the main issue with that is gone. You still hit, it's just a lot shorter. It's still a big nerf. Master changelog. Damage is increased, so that helps. It is a bit burstier on level 1 at least. And you do more damage, so they try to get into that department. So it's basically cut in half now. It's a little bit more than cut in half. There's a damage cap. Yeah. I don't know how to remove the damage cap. Damage cap comes in immediately. Okay, then we need Soul's map to test this properly. Soul tester, man. It does have more damage. On level 1, yeah. On level 2, it's not noticeable. But on level 2, damage really wasn't an issue at all. And the combo with Drunken Haze Breath of Fire has more damage as well, right? So that comes on top. I think if you make it too strong, that's also not good. This is gonna be very tricky. Still, of course, an issue against Mass Air. Is that gonna still have the same effect? I don't think so, but then rather play rockets. Like Tinker Rockets. Okay. Okay. I want to test something real quick. Because this is something that I wanted to do. Let's do mouse 4 and mouse 5. This is something where I had issues with.
Fresh,
Our warriors have engaged.
Oh. He's just gonna get wrecked, lol. Oh no, is he always spawning there now?
Champion has fallen.
Oh snap. Doesn't matter. Can I use mouse 5 now? It looks like it.
Put it on your tab.
Yeah, nice. Okay, that seems to work.
Gladly.
If yeah, I did just changed it, right? So this was bugged before. I think that's fixed now.
I'll give it a shot. Is trouble brewing?
Oh.
I'll put it on your tab. I'll give it a shot.
Works. It works. That's good. Mouse up, mouse down wouldn't work, but I don't expect it to work. Scene? Oh, sorry. I was talking about changing inventory hotkeys during a game. Get a conflict here. Nice. What was a hotkey issue? What was the hotkey issue? Entangled Goldmine. Fix control group and menu commands not working with mouse button. Wait, so I can do... I can do my control group with like mouse? Oh. Really? Okay, I don't have a control group right now. I click 1 and nothing happens. This should be control group 1 now.
You seem a little parched.
Doesn't work though.
Another round? You
Mouse
seem
4
a little parched.
only goes to my
Name your
panda.
poison.
Or do I have to do
Another round?
control? Oh yeah, it's control and this, right?
Is trouble brewing?
Ah, it
On
works!
the house. Name your poison.
I can bind groups to my mouse
I'll
buttons.
put it on your tab. Another round. On the house.
Okay,
Is
I'll never
trouble
use this,
brewing?
but it's cool that it's working. You had many issues with hotkey? With hotkeys? That's for Soul. He has his Makrura icon. He has to go to work. Okay. We lowered the brightness of units in classic HD graphics. Yeah, I feel that's noticeable. I feel that's noticeable.
Burning to avenge what you see so I
Just wanna see a couple of lines. Sorry.
I await your command.
What is it now?
Yeah, from first view,
Yes, Lord.
Do you see something? Prepare.
I don't feel like any of these are immediately too bright, but mostly we had this issue with skeletons. Googled A-bomb as well.
Stand ready.
my necro?
We done waiting.
Can I build a
I'll
necro?
do what it takes.
Give me a necro.
The shadows beckon. The restless dead await.
Don't heal! God damn it. I don't think they're too bright anymore. I think that's pretty dope now.
Kick down, Sparky.
I think that looks pretty good now.
What do you need?
Oh, it wasn't my purpose to have this.
Thy bidding. You call.
I mean, obviously it could still be higher res, etc. You can always ask for more, but this is by far the best version. Like, by a landslide best. Honestly, these hotkey changes are so unnecessary because nowadays you can just change them in the mouse keyboard driver. I can do that for over a year. I'd never do that. I never use mouse button for like ROD. I will for sure use it if it's in Warcraft. It's so odd. It's one of these things that have to be in the game. Yeah, you're totally right.
Well,
But then also,
better be good. Thy bidding.
like for example, if you play on KK, for example, it's not the same as the driver thinks it's different. I like the brightness, I think. I think they nailed the brightness this time.
Get on with it.
They already said the portraits are still too bright, right? But unit-wise,
Oh,
yeah, especially the A-bomb and the skellies and the ghoul. Yep, I think this is good. I think this is by far the best version of the classic HD units. Okay, this is important. I gotta say, okay, to sum this up. The performance fixes, not for me personally. It still feels like a problem. At least they address it. Wait, do you see that? No. Okay, let's go through this one by one. Improved performance, can't really see that. Improved performance for rendering terrain, I don't think so. We figured out it has to do with buildings and it has to do with tile sets. Weird, but hey. Visuals. Based on feedback, we've lowered the brightness of units in Classic HD. Team is aware that portraits are still overexposed and working on it. W! Best version. W, really well done. I would need to do a side-by-side comparison. But I feel it's really good. This, I don't know. Here, I want to add that maybe it'd be better to call the new ability RUA2 and not the old ability, so custom games don't change, I think. Hotkeys is for Soul 8-Man to test, but what we tested, this one here worked. Fixed side mouse button also worked. Placement matches we can't test really. Makrura Snapper, big W and a huge less than 3. This is so wonderful. It's just wonderful. Really, really, really cool. A shout out to the community, the pounding heart of the community. I wonder what people think who just want to play and then they see this. Like, what are they thinking? Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. Soul 8-Man reports, fixed an issue where orbs not working on ranged units. They fixed it. Orb of Slow and Lightning work without attack command. So it took like 2 attempts, but they got it. This bug has been in the game for a decade and more. Maybe even since forever, and they fixed it, and that's awesome. Love it, W, great. Huntress movement speed, not sure. I gotta compare. I don't have movement speed values on the top of my head. I don't know if that causes an issue. I hold my judgment. Same for archers. I don't know if that changes any breaking points, but I definitely understand that when piercing damage of a tier 1 unit does lower damage to basically every other tier 1 unit, you want to help them. And they can can they be an issue damage wise? I don't know, but survivability has always been an issue. Let's see. I'm surprised they didn't just give them +1 damage. Me too, actually. And maybe this better. Helps them a bit with creeping. Oh no, doesn't help them with creeping. So yeah, that's what I want to say. The good thing is it doesn't accelerate creeping, but it helps them survive in fights against the enemy. I don't know if that's the right value. Maybe it's one of these negotiation things where they put it to 275 when they originally want 265. I don't know. Moonglave's upgrade time, I can also see that. Now, it gets doubled good though. Because it helps against piercing. The heavy armor helps more against piercing. And it's faster. And in general, I don't know if Night Elves need these buffs. But it all comes together with the other buffs, right? So, we have to see that with the grand scheme of things. Units resurrected with Animate Dead will now properly have any passive abilities that they had when killed. I probably want Soul's test map. This still looks garbage, but yeah, the Animate Dead thing we haven't tested. Why buff the elves again? Did you not listen? The archers do less damage against every other tier 1 unit because of the piercing damage heavy armor change. So this is compensating for that. Huntress get their bouncing glaive removed from buildings, and they compensate that with other stuff. You want the panda with new values versus AFK Footman? That would be awesome. So, Death Knight.
My patience has ended. Let battle return.
Animate Dead.
As you order.
We gotta slaughter a little bit. Let's slaughter humans. We love to slaughter humans. What has a passive though? Mortar Teams. I want to see Mortar Teams. Still love this, man. The second feature is amazing.
I come to cleanse this land.
Get to fighting.
Is someone injured?
The flows of magic are whimsical today.
I smell
This better
magic
be good.
in the air.
The flows of
What'll it
magic
be,
are whimsical.
Hotshot?
I come to cleanse this land.
Oh, I want
Help
frag
me
shards.
Help you.
Research complete.
My
Research
vengeance
complete.
is yours. Yes, my friend.
Research complete.
You called.
Research complete. Research complete.
By Ner'zhul,
Just testing what comes back
feel my wrath.
and in what state. Because yeah, it could be an issue if these Animate Dead units have no mana, then all this makes no sense.
Research complete.
Ride or die.
Do you require aid, human?
I await your command. Yes, my lord. Research
Is my
complete.
aid required?
Research complete. Research complete.
My patience has ended. What ails you?
This takes some
I
time.
await your command. Your honor. I await your
I just want to
command.
see what comes back. Hopefully the 90 seconds aren't over.
My vengeance is yours.
Attack and armor upgrades. Okay. So they're all 1-1.
Patience has ended.
Let's see. Mortar Team seems to be working. Knight seems to be working.
Do you require
We
a
have
human?
80 mana
Help me.
roundabout.
Help me.
Breaker
Time is
abilities
mana.
seem to be working.
Hello.
Did I?
Is my
Okay, a
aid
priest.
required?
Okay. So you could cast Inner
Of
Fire.
course.
Yep.
As you wish. Hello.
And you have frag shards.
Yes, my lord. Absolutely.
Didn't they say something is not working? It feels like everything is working. They do have little mana
Get
though.
down, Sparky.
That's what statues are for. But they only last 40 seconds. How much mana can you get in 40 seconds? Yeah, that's a bit odd that you have little
Wanna be
mana.
hotshot?
So, for example, would you be able to get Rejuve? Oh. Yeah, that's something that might need the discussion. Oh, and it crashed. Whoops! That game crashed. You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick. Young Fang gifting a sub to Soju. Old legend. Probably still watching, right? Alright. I don't know if Soul is... Thank you, mate. Is sending us the test version for the Panda. We got some Battle.net comments. Mike, Battle.net, by the way, in the past couple of days, lost every brain cell that was left. Jesus Christ. These posts there. Unbelievable. Just saw the Battle.net client in my... Just saw the patch on my BNet client and saw this. Huntress, Archer, Moonglaves. Great changes. Archer changes especially welcome. Moonglaive upgrades also appropriate. Panda. We'll have to test this. It's understandable you want to nerf the AoE since the animation was so small. Working on it? Nice. Compared to what was actually hitting, but the previous build the box was so small that actually not lining up. Yeah, I feel like you hit again. And also, yeah, I think movement speed revert is great, by the way. Did I mention this already? Movement speed revert is fantastic. I think I would have been fine with 300. 290 is totally fine. Because a Panda with high movement speed can destroy a lot. And it's super annoying. The Delius. How out of touch are the buffs to Night Elves? Night Elf as a whole race is massively overperforming and overrepresented. If you're going to buff them anymore, we'll soon have 50% of the player base. We're all getting fatigued with seeing Night Elves getting buffs over and over. I feel like you can totally do these buffs. But I also feel like bears absolutely need a nerf. Like, bears are getting the buff. And this was something that chat said. Shorty, thank you. We're discussing Warcraft, deep Warcraft stuff. Who said that in chat? And you're actually really right. You're actually really right. Maybe this was before I tested hotkeys. Where is it? And Rama. Bears are already in a good spot, but getting buffed with the piercing change, so why not nerf the HP with the same reasoning? I agree. I very much agree. Or redo. Or damage. Or something. Compensate. And Rama, you're right. You're right. I very much agree. I very much agree. I'm not against the tier 1.5 buffs. Still, to me, the combo of Bears and Demon Hunter is severely broken. I don't know why Thedelius wants to nerf the Keeper. But okay. Panda level 3 is a joke. Yeah, damage value for level, like, this is a big nerf. Like a 50% nerf more. How exactly were Bears buff? Piercing nerf? Yes. They endure 10% more from piercing damage. Why on earth is Elf still receiving buffs? They are incredibly smart in crying foul during patch cycles. That is one of the reasons. Yeah, now that more people bring it up. As I said, I'm not against Archer and Huntress nerf. And it was pretty clear that if this piercing damage comes in, you need to adjust a little bit with individual units. But since it's only Night Elf, I mean, they clearly see that, you know, Night Elf tier 1 is different, right? Night Elf tier 1 is different because they have an Archer that's piercing damage, medium armor. Everyone else has normal damage, heavy armor. So that interaction is different. So obviously, Night Elf is a special case here. It's totally fine. But you only raise the power level. I mean, you could argue you take the Panda away, which is a somewhat classic Night Elf combo with Demon Hunter Panda. And especially versus Gargs, they will suffer, boys. If Night Elf is broken, why do they not win any tournaments? Because their players are worse. And it's also that Night Elf is easy in comparison. But that's different. In recent tournament on Back to Warcraft, we have a B-Cup Season 19 with first place of 3,000. In the group stage, 14 out of 32 players were Night Elf. In the playoffs, totaling 16 players, 8 were Night Elves. Tournament has progressed, the share of Night Elves has actually gone up. I don't like that. I don't like this argument at all. Because that takes away all the randomness of group stages. Like, if you have a lot of Night Elf players, it's likely that more of them survive due to having mirrors. And I mean, if Kaho and Lawlight are in one group against War 3, Orkuro, and Francis, let's take this group D as an example. Like, of course, the best Night Elf in the world and the top 3 Night Elf in the world are likely to qualify over a top 30 player and another top 30 player. Like, that's just obvious. It would be the same. You can just switch that out. It doesn't matter. Fortitude and Sock would qualify over Remind and Sini. You can always spin these arguments in any way you want. You can also say, well, look at the upper bracket. You had 4 Night Elves in the upper bracket, but then only 1 in the semifinal, and they all die here. Like, if 4 Night Elves are in the quarterfinal, shouldn't at least 2 make it? No. You can always spin these arguments. I don't like this. Like, this is a lot of chatter, but it can be easily refuted, I think. I totally get that Night Elf is pretty much dominating lower levels of play. Absolutely, that's true. I would love to see a bug fix of the prioritizability of gargoyles. Issue 1. Yeah, that is really annoying. Like a switch. This is a good post, but I don't know if they can address it here. Tested this. Classic HG looks so much better. Good, I'm not the only one. Neo, you should play Night Elf for a month and show us how easy Night Elf is. What would be a result that would prove my point? Or your point. And if I get in higher MMR, then you can say, yeah, but you also practiced a lot more. And I obviously have to bring that up to the level of under that I'm already am, which is not much, but hey. You can always spin it. That's like, my point is not that you're right, I'm wrong, whatever. Is you can always spin these things. Aye, don't listen to Bladestone comments. It's always crazy. We will see. So Soul sent me Makrura for you, W3M. That's the Panda test map. That's the last thing I'm gonna be doing. Neo vs BBC in Night Elf Mirror. You cast with Magic Yang in Polish. Oh, Wonder Brown, I didn't forget about your DM. Wonder Brown was asking me if I could teach him how to watch games on KK. Do you guys remember when we had a chat here with Wonder Brown and I praised him so much for his thumbnails and titles? And I asked him, Senpai, Wonder Brown, can you teach me how to do that? How can I be as successful as you are? And he said, oh, it's easy. And then never told me, Mr. Wonder Brown, this is my revenge. Very easy to watch games, bro. Just click a bit. Just click a bit. I must have. I suddenly forgot how to do that. No, man, I'll answer. It's rather easy. Well, you just have to know it. It's too. I did the teaching for Soul 8-Man already. I can do it again. So, Panda test map provided to us by Makrura Award winner Soul 8-Man. So, this is the new Breath of Fire.
Brewing. Another round?
So, Peaceful Footman. I go here.
I'll give it a shot. I'll put it on your tab.
Hey. That's a long range, is it not? It still hits up to here. Yo, Yang Fang with the gifts up to whiskey. Wait, is that how it's supposed to be? Go to menu. And hotkeys? Health bars? Only damaged. Ah, clever. That looks huge. Wait. So, this is Soul's test. Restart. So this is the old panda. That was panda last time. And this is panda now? Wait a minute. Did you use level 1 or 3? Did you use Breath of Fire level 1 or 3?
You seem a little parched.
You used level 3, right? Must be, otherwise they would be... They wouldn't... This is the damage. So this must be level 3.
Name your poison.
Let's see.
Have one on the house. Oh, gladly.
Oh, shit, you didn't see. Let's do it again. Soul, did you maybe make a
You
mistake?
seem a little parched. I'll give it a shot. Have one on the house. Oh, gladly. I'll put it on your tab.
I don't think that's right. How many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first row. Okay, maybe Soul did a mistake. I just opened and look at it. Okay, okay, okay. Because in Witty's unit test... Okay, that was max damage though. Yeah, we don't know... Like, this is looking gigantic. I don't think this is... It's a mistake. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. Okay. It's okay. Thought so. Thought so. And they give you a portrait for that, huh? Okay, we have to wait for update. Did they remove damage cap? No, Soul removed the damage cap for visibility. Remove Makrura. Makrura for you fixed. Alright. Alright. Official test now. Official test. Makrura for you. Open PTR. Real test, everybody. That was just a scam. Absolute scam. Now the panda test. You know, sometimes the test goes wrong. That's what tests are for. Okay, last thing we do today. You used level 3, right? Breath of Fire level 3. Or 1. Or doesn't it? You used 3, right? I think you must have used 3. Not answering that.
Another round?
Okay, official panda test, everybody. Correct scene, hopefully correct panda. Let's go.
Oh, gladly. I'll put it on your tab.
Yeah, that's the middle ground. That's a panda spitting fire. And I don't think you can really complain about that. So, this I think This is a proper Breath of
Another
Fire.
round?
Does it match
Have
the
one on
animation?
house.
Wait, let's compare this real quick again. So, for you guys, original Breath of Fire. Original Breath of Fire here. Last PTR. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is the new PTR.
Name your poison.
So, does it match with the animation?
Have one on the house. I'll put it on your tab. Oh,
I think so.
gladly. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Didn't see.
I'll put it on your tab.
God damn these scenes everywhere.
You seem a little
I should just do
parched.
a screen cap. Yeah. We do it again. It's late, okay?
Have one on the house. Oh, gladly.
It goes a little longer, right?
I'll give it a shot.
I think
I'll put it on your
it
tab.
extends over the animation.
Have one on the house. I'll put it on your tab. Oh, gladly.
Yep, it ends here. Here's where the animation ends. And this extra. Fairly sure.
Is trouble brewing? I'll give it a shot.
Yep.
Name your poison.
Restart map. Can't. This has to suffice. This has to be enough. So I think this still makes the Panda solid versus Gargs.
Is trouble brewing? Oh,
I think Panda is still okay against
I'll put
Gargs
it on your
with this.
tab. Have one on the house. I'll give it a shot. Have
It's
one
just
on
not
the
that
house.
wide anymore. So, is the Panda now buffed? Like, obviously the last PTR was ridiculous and way too little, but now we got the Panda who's not that downscaled in the area of effect, not that much downscaled. But the damage is also buffed. I don't know. You still hit a lot. You gotta be more precise. How many rows did Soul hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 rows of.
You seem a little parched.
Okay, in the last patch, Soul hit 11 rows of Footman. I should just. So.
Is trouble brewing? Another round? I'll put it on your tab.
Oh.
Oh, gladly.
1, 2.
Name
It doesn't
your
go
poison.
as long.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't go as long. You hit 3 units here and 4 units the second round. Soul hit 5 units first and 6. It's definitely a lot smaller still. It definitely is a lot smaller. I gotta say, I think I'm fine with that. I think I'm fine with that. So
You seem a little parched.
this level 5 Panda, right? So it's supposed to be strong.
I'll give it a shot. Oh, gladly. Have one on the house. I'll put it on your tab.
Quite some damage. But against Footman, it's supposed to be. Alright! You can tell us what you think about it. 300 total AoE damage now. Yep. Okay. That was a good test. So, what are we thinking? No damage reduction towards the far back units. We modded it so you see how long it goes. But usually, with normal settings, you still have a damage cap. But we wanted to test the radius. And so, Soul Apeman hacked Fire Breath. Yeah, so it's just from a radius perspective, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Hope they fix the performance. I personally hope Demon Hunter or Reju is still getting addressed to compensate for the compensation that Archers and Huntress now got. Very happy they reduced movement speed. Overall, I think it's a quality patch. It's a cool patch. The Makrura thing is the best thing. It's like the best. In case you haven't seen it, and in case you don't know, Soul Apeman is a fellow streamer. He's a wonderful person. He's helping us organize stuff. He's testing these servers a lot, these PTR thingies. And his mascot, or his religion, is a Makrura. And what Blizzard did is to add a portrait, the Makrura Snapper, saying thanks for testing the PTR. And I also say, thanks for testing the PTR. Soul Apeman, Makrura for you. For you. And I think with this wholesome Makrura, I say goodbye for now. And I rate you to someone who's also playing Warcraft. And then we see each other tomorrow for B Cup. Take care, everybody.